Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1979 Triumph TR7 Roadster. Now it's a 761 horsepower, 551 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.6 litre turbocharged inline-six engine. The car itself now weighs 2,180 pounds. Now has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 16 2.425 seconds, 0 to 105.194 seconds, and going to a top speed of 204 miles an hour. So yeah, we had the TR3B on a previous episode not long ago, and that was fairly quick, far quicker than I was expecting it to be for a classic roadster. So yeah, this should hopefully do better, being a slightly newer car. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, it's not particularly heavy, which is always a good thing if it can keep yourself on the ground, though it doesn't have the most amount of power that we've had from a car in this series, but it is more horsepower than the TR3B could get, because we only had one engine choice in terms of swapping, in terms of what we could swap into it, whereas we had this inline six version as well as the engine that we did swap into the TR3B. So I thought we'd opt for the more powerful version. Yeah, this isn't all that powerful in comparison to plenty of other vehicles that we've had on this series, but it's nearly 100 horsepower extra over the other engine, which is good, though it does have less torque. But I figured we don't really need much in the way of torque for such a lightweight car, so opted for the inline six, which I imagine would be a kind of engine that, if a modern version of this ever came out, would have. You know, like a BMW Z4 or something like that. It's fairly sharpish round here. Don't have the best brakes, which are obviously not helped by the off-road surfaces. Likes to drift round corners. Surprised there's not been all that much in the way of understeer, which is helpful. Particularly quick across the finish line though, at 161 miles an hour. But we have had a time of 2 minutes 4 seconds .718. Not as quick as the TR3B, surprisingly enough. I guess that car just had that extra little bit of torque to help it, along with its lack of weight. I actually think that car weighed less than this did. Let's just check. Yes, it did, by nearly 300 pounds. So yeah, that obviously helped, along with the extra torque, to be honest. But yeah, we have nonetheless been able to manage, managed to be able to beat we've matched the Mitsubishi Starion ESIR, we've beaten the Toyota Celica GT4 ST205, the Land Rover Range Rover Velar, the Subaru WRX rally car, the Land Rover Range Rover from 1973, the Mercedes AMG E63S, a Toyota Baja truck, a Honda Civic Type R, and a Toyota Celica GT from the same decade as this. So yeah, not particularly amazing in any kind of particular way, but it was stable and fast enough to put in a good time, but just not as fast as yeah, a car with nearly 800 horsepower and not much in the way of weight should be, quite frankly, because yeah, the TR3B with less weight but also significantly less in the way of power managed to beat this. But then again, that TR3B may well have been a more controllable vehicle than this, because we did hit a couple of walls and didn't have the most amount of speed at the end there, but it was still pretty much on the whole very good car, and yeah, was reasonable in every regard to get a good time. Just wasn't an excellent car in any one particular regard either to really put in a great showing. But yeah, still a cracking car, and yeah, I really do like it in stock form, and I'm glad it's done as well as it has here. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.